Hi Paula, I'm Dawn. I'm from Warren, Pennsylvania. I want to thank you for joining me in my kitchen tonight. I have to tell you, as a busy working mom, the first thing I do when I come in the door is go straight to my kitchen. I absolutely love to cook, to bake, to experiment. I grew up around food all the time. I had a family that loved to cook. My mom owned a bakery when I was little. I was always around food, and I was fortunate enough to have my mom and my grandma show me around the kitchen, so it's something I just absolutely enjoy every minute of. So join me tonight as I make you a roasted garlic Asiago orzo. It's a simple dish to prepare, calls for very basic ingredients, and it's a winner in my house. If I can please a very picky husband, then it's definitely a go-to side dish. It's so easy to prepare. The roasted garlic is what takes the longest, and that's so simple. I did that for you ahead of time, just to save the half hour, so we didn't have to wait on film. What I did to roast the garlic is I just laid out a piece of foil, took a nice head of garlic, sliced off the top, peeled back the outer layers of skin, and drizzled some olive oil over it, wrapped the foil up over it like a bundle, and roasted it in the oven for about a half an hour. It's just the aroma of it. I cannot wait to get started on this dish because it smells so good in my kitchen. It brings out such a nutty sweet flavor, and it pairs so well with the Asiago cheese. Very basic ingredients, as I said. It's Asiago cheese, butter, chicken stock, milk, salt and pepper, and of course the star of the show is the Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay, to start the orzo, we're just going to put the butter in your saute pan, and I'm using about 4 tablespoons of butter. Get that moving around, get it melted up. I have it on about a medium-high heat. You don't want your butter to burn. So once that gets going, go ahead and dump your dry orzo in the pan. Toss that around in the butter. Go ahead and get it going. It's going to crisp up a little bit. All these nutty flavors that come out of all these ingredients, it's just amazing. It's just a great dish. It's a dish that can be paired with anything from steak to fish, chicken, you name it. Make sure your orzo is covered in the butter. Get it all nice and golden brown. Once all the butter is melted and the orzo starts to toast up, we're going to put the chicken stock in. And then it's going to simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes until all the liquid is absorbed. We'll check on it once we get it going here. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and pour the chicken stock in. And I just have 2 cups of chicken stock. If you have any vegetarians in your house, you can just use vegetable broth if you like. It's just as good. Beef broth, if that's all you have on hand, that works just as well. I happen to have the chicken stock. Go ahead and pour that in. Turn it on medium-low. Actually, go ahead and keep it there at medium for a little bit. We're going to bring it to a slight boil, then we're going to reduce the heat and let it simmer there for about 10 minutes. Lid on that, reduce the heat, medium-low. Set my timer for about 10 minutes. We'll check back in shortly. When we do, we throw in the rest of the ingredients and our side dish is done. So I'll check back with you in a couple minutes. Thanks, Paula. Hey, Paula, welcome back. It's been about 10 minutes and it's doing great here. I stirred it a couple times. Everything is coming together just as it should. All the liquid is getting absorbed. It's right where we need to be. While that was going on, I went ahead and squeezed my garlic right into a little bowl so it's easily accessible, and after you roast the garlic, it just squeezes right out of the paper like nothing. It's just perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and dump that in. Just break it up a little. Just depends on your personal taste. Some people like little chunks, some people like whole cloves. Break it up a little bit just to get the flavor throughout. I'm going to go ahead and add our cream cheese. I have 4 ounces of cream cheese here. It's nice and softened. It's been sitting out at room temperature while I've been preparing the rest of the ingredients. Philadelphia cream cheese is a staple in our fridge all the time. Usually I'm baking with it. I love to bake pies, cakes, anything with it. It just gives such a great moistness, but if I can use it in a side dish and get that creaminess, why not? Perfect. So go ahead and break that up in there. It's going to start to melt down, just where you want to be. We're going to go ahead and pour in our milk. We have a 1/4 cup of milk here. If you like more richness, you can go ahead and use like a half and half or a heavy cream. It's just all personal taste. You can use the reduced fat Philadelphia cream cheese. It's the same flavor, and you can save a few calories. It's all personal preference. There's so many ways you can change this up. But we're going full fat here. We're just doing it. We're going all out. As you can see, the cream cheese is starting to break up in here, melt down. It's perfectly coming together. Once all that starts to melt down, we're going to go ahead and add the Asiago. And if anyone has never tried Asiago cheese, they're missing out. It is great. Great flavor, nutty, just a delicious flavor. It's good in so many dishes. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. This is looking good. Just about 3/4 cup there is what I'm using. This gives it just the right amount of flavor. Stir that in. Go ahead and add your salt and pepper. I already have that pre-measured. That is also to taste. Some people like a little less salt. I used about half a teaspoon of just ground black pepper and about a half a teaspoon of salt. It's coming together great, just as it should. You can see the cheese is starting to melt down. Just heat that throughout. Absolutely perfect. Cheesy, creamy, delicious. I cannot wait to get a bite of this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut my burner off and get this plated. I like to garnish mine just simply, it's a simple side dish. I'm just going to put it on a flat serving plate, and I'm going to garnish it with a little extra Asiago and a little fresh chopped Italian parsley. If you don't have the parsley, no need for it. That's fine. It's still going to taste good. So just go ahead and plate this. Do a little garnish. For my garnish, I'm just going to cut a little Italian parsley. I'm just going to chop a little bit. Again, this is optional. Just gives it a little color, a little flavor. Especially if you're having company, it's nice just to spice up your dish a little bit with a little color. Sprinkle that on top. Sprinkle a little extra cheese on top. And there you have it, Paula. There's my roasted garlic and Asiago orzo. It's one of our favorite dishes in this house. And here's a true test. We're going to give Darren, my husband, a try and see if it fits the bill for him.
I'm ready.
What do you think?
Babe. Money. That is off the hook.
Awesome. Great. We did it again, Paula. We did it again. We managed to get an awesome side dish out here in less than a half an hour. It's perfect. Perfect for any meal. Absolutely any meal. And I just want to say thank you, Paula, for doing this contest with Philadelphia cream cheese. I'm a huge fan of yours. I have been for years. The moment I fell in love with you was on your show when you and your guest made a lasagna and garlic bread, and you made a huge sandwich out of the garlic bread and lasagna and just took a giant bite. And you laughed and you had it all over your face, and you are just a true person. I absolutely love you. I love your style of cooking, and hope to hear from you soon. Thanks, Paula.